This is an external tank.
First time in a building, Chuck? Doctor? This is 8 minutes.
And this is the truck we rode in on. It's come here to pick up one of the shuttle engines.
This is the external tank here, a 500,000 gallon liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen tank.
This is Chuck Canelon's father. And Chuck, why don't you get in the picture with it? There you go, I'll do a snapshot.
Here we are at the Space Center, self-support. This is the cryogenic tank here that goes into space. It drops off at about 300,000 feet and burns up. 180 feet long and 30 or 40 feet in diameter. And it's made in Louisiana and brought here by barge, and we'll be looking at the barge a little later on.
Cool.
Ready?
Well, look at the grandeur of this building. This building is like 40 acres square everywhere. It's humongous. Look at all the structure. There's like more nooks and crannies than you want to know about. And there's the last we saw of them, but of the external tank, this is the ass end of it, and it's quite a big tank. Look at that. Quite impressed with that. Alright. There we are, some intelligent NASA personnel. Push. You're getting like a National Geographic view of NASA here. There's the payload for the truck right there. It's one of the shuttle engines, the main engines on the shuttle.
Coming out to film this.
Here's the main engine, one of the main engines of the shuttle. Look at a gander. Look at that. It's temporarily going for retirement at Johnson Space Flight Center in Texas to undergo testing repairs, and it's also going to be used as a display piece. Quite an interesting piece. And it's all going to be put on this big long truck bed. Now notice, all these people are weekend warriors. They came here to put this on the truck. Wow. Let's have a detailed view of it. Mr. Canaveral. Now here we are with the engine once again. Just a closer view. Look at all that technology, isn't it wonderful? Everything that's gone into that. Look at that one. Wow. All the wires and things. Oh, isn't that neat? Now here's some NASA techs getting ready to put her away on the truck bed. This engine here is going to be taken to Texas, down to Space Flight Center. And it's going to take a long ride on this truck. And yes, they did pull this truck into the VAB. VAB is an amazing and immense building. And that's Chuck Canaveral father arguing over about where and how to put it. Getting ready to put it up. Here's the actual thing going on. They're actually lifting it right now. And they're going to carry it onto the truck. And mind you, this thing probably weighs several thousand pounds, or at least a ton. Just demonstrated by tapping on it. Extremely well-made and solid object. Minutes later, we have the actual gear drop-off onto the truck. Notice that it's dangling just above. We'll go get a close-up of this happening here.
All right.
And one, like a weekend project for them. Kind of there. Close to there. Ooh.
Alright, everybody happy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Divergent nozzle. This material, this coating on the inside is called Narloy Z. It's a copper derivative, and it's a super high heat transfer. The engine pumps, the main combustion chamber, the temperature inside here is hotter than the boiling point of iron in the engine. Wow. So it's all these channels in here are cooled by the liquid hydrogen at 6,000 pounds, and it keeps the main chamber from melting down.
What's the thrust of this chamber?
500,000 pounds.
500,000 pounds. Wow.
It's at about 13 million equivalent horsepower. It's like some of the components. The high pressure fuel pump, gear head,
Take a move. Here they are, pretty much getting strapped up and ready to go.
And when the bird comes in this building, that big
Crane.
it up into its launch position and then makes it onto the mobile launch platform. It made it up to the big Stirling tank that's already there, and two SRBs are already standing in place. And they place the orbiter down. And 10 frame for that?
250 and the 175. They built a 300 payload to that contract with them. And the crane is stored over in tower.
So you don't use that big crane? It's like a little ceremony too. When they roll out, all the people walking along with it, coming over to this
What's the
building.
requirement? People walk along to make sure that there's nothing gets in the way, no trucks, no, you know, I mean, just used to
No
be a bigger
screwdrivers
ceremony.
fall out, or
Used to be a bigger ceremony.
yeah.
Do you think the Venture Star will change a lot of the operations here, like the usage of this building?
Sure. Still, the manned flight portion is going to go on. You've got to take them into the space station. You want to get him on tape up there while you disconnect him for you?
Yeah. Here they are disconnecting the engine for go. Actually, yes, it does.
They'll probably have to go out a different door. They might lose the top of that on the way over to.
Huge space shuttle main engine. One of three. Yeah, here's the schematics of the engine that Mr. Canelon are going to build. Mr. Canelon and I are going to build in art class in 3D design. And we plan to mount it on either his car or mine. I don't know. I think it'll fit better in the back of his van. But here it is. The engine is being covered for travel. Oh, it kind of reminds me of moving day when I left Huntsville, Alabama. We moved out on a truck and we put all our stuff in the truck and covered it with a blue tarp. Maybe that was someplace else, but we did it somewhere. There it is, getting put away. Put to bed, as they would say. Okay, there they are. They're about to pull out. Okay, there you go. Here she goes. Carrying her precious payload out of the threshold. Yes, sir. Get a quick shot of that. There you go. And this here is the V8 Beast. There you go. And there she is. Wow, look at that. It's hot in here. Where you going with my engine? All shaky.
Come in here, I've been told it's the 19th it's due in here. They'll lift it up, set it in there. It'll be lowered down so it sits on top of the tank here. Okay? Attached to the tank. Test and checkouts are done for approximately a week. Then the trawler comes in, lifts up the section, hauls it out to the pad. Okay, it sits out there for test and checkout for approximately 3 weeks.
So the orbiter has to go over,
That's correct.
and
Over that
down,
cap.
over and down.
Over and down.
Wow.
Just like this. They turn it when it gets in over here. 4 of those sections over here from the facility behind us, I'll show you. And then they're ready to go. So they just swing their transfer out, lift them up, and put them through that window.
A long way down.
Are you bound by schedule?
And this is part of the solid rocket boosters over here. Still need to be put together. Wow. Here we are inside the VAB on the north end. And we were just down there at the south end. Oh, there's lots of mosquitoes down on this end. And here's the shuttle mating equipment. And this thing goes down over the shuttle, and they pick it up, and they carry it all the way up here on these 212-ton cranes. And then they mate it with the solid rocket boosters in the external tank. And then they carry it back out to the store right there. Wow, this is an impressive building. Jeez. We were just down there, and now we're over here. It's almost like a mile. Wow. It's the 3rd largest building by volume in the aerospace industry. And here we have the tops to the solid rocket boosters here. These are the guidance systems and the electronics of the solid rocket boosters, and these always get salvaged. Wow. Well, we're saying goodbye to the VAB. Goodbye. Well, one last look at it.
Not me.
No.
His name is Doug Howard.
Bye-bye.
He's been here.
There we are, coming back out to the VAB on my day pass. Just taking advantage of the authority, and I'm gonna go out and visit the path on my own too. Okay, there we are with my baby car, and we're out here at NASA, visiting the VAB and other great sites of the Cape on our own, because we have a day pass that was given to us. Just me and my car, but it's a good thing. I gotta take advantage of it. I only use it for 3 hours, but I think I'll see more. Here we are on our way out to pad A. Where's it B? I don't remember. But one of the pads. Quite interesting, isn't it? Unfortunately, there is no shuttle out on the pad today. Well, I'm out at pad A. Yeah, just visiting for a little while. Unfortunately, we can't get too close to it. But this is pad A, and I think it's the next pad that they'll be using for discovery. Okay, here we are. We're out at probably the rarest beach along this line. Is the beach of Cape Canaveral, NASA area. It's a restricted beach, and nobody can really come out there. Very natural, very untouched. And here I am right next to it. There you have Pad B, the VAB, and Pad A over there. It's quite the shot. Here's Pad B. And off into the distance to the left of this image is the other like launch pads, rockets, and Delta launch pads, and old like Apollo launch pads and such. Yeah, the roads out here are real long. These here are like the Delta launch pads for all the payload rockets and things. And trying to find all the Apollo ones and stuff. Maybe this is it, I don't know, but this looks like the Delta ones because these are kept up pretty good.
Took a beat on the northern plains and just roll that power on.
Right next to these launch pads that are, I think, still in use. This is way out on the outskirts of the Cape. I'm trying to push my luck here and go as far as I can with that badge of mine. So we'll see how far I can get. Here I am out at Space Command, their assembly building, their VAB, so to speak. It's also quite a large building, and this is where they used to assemble like the old Apollo thing, not Apollo, but the like Gemini and things like that. We're way out in like the old part of the Cape, the secret part where like not very many people come. Not too much out here, just long roads and tons of mosquitoes. I have never seen more mosquitoes my entire life. Building right here. This isn't, I don't think, used too much anymore, except for their satellites and things like that. It's quite the building too. As you can see, there's a lot more at the Cape, and I plan to see all of it. This thing is, but this is out at like really outskirts of the Cape here. Wow, a bunch of railroad tracks, probably where their supplies, judging by the helium here. Looks kind of dead out here, but there's people working out here. I think it's all engineers, you know, people working on the weekend. And y'all might remember this from the movie Armageddon. It's where Liv Tyler and Bruce Willis came out to like talk just before he left. We are in like, it's almost like ruins or something, ancient ruins of like rocket testing and rocket firing and launching and everything of all the earlier programs like Mercury and Gemini and things. And it's just me out here. It's great. I can explore. I mean, a cop stopped me to check my badge, but he was cool about it. He's like, wow, you got lucky. Look at all this. Isn't this amazing? Remnants. I mean, look at these things. It's just a building that's probably been torn down, but this was involved in the space program. This was the space program, the beginning. All over, I mean, on the landscape, you can see these things for miles. Just abandoned, dead buildings. Now these things here were like water flow directors or flame guides for the rocket launch that happened here, that took place here in 1961. Yep. Ancient stuff out here. Wow. Okay, I figured out what these things are. They're flame guides. Now I don't know if you can see it here in the camera, but notice how the concrete is kind of glassy and looks almost melted and it's going in a certain direction. See? Now what that is that it got so hot that it literally melted the top layer of sand and that was probably in the mix of the cement into glass. So hot. These things are kind of cool. Explorer Nick isn't going into these buildings is because of what this says. Asbestos contaminated area, restricted access. That's a new sign. So I'm not going into these places. But inside these places are amazing. You can see what's inside. They're like holes, various things inside of these things, and well, it's in here like old notes and things, and you can see some of the writing on the pages. It's amazing. I mean, I don't want to get like really sick, so Nick won't go in there. Like, here's a really tempting place for Explorer Nick. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, right there. It's in there somewhere. There's a door. Those two big double doors are open, but Nick's not going in. He's outside of these buildings and these firewalls, and they can feel what it was like way back when during the 60s and so, when they were doing all these testings and things and firing off rockets and everything was newfangled. Oh yes. Those were the days. And right now I'm about 15 minutes north of that last place that I was at. Now this road was old, but it wasn't too bad, but it was really old, really old. Now I found something interesting that I came up on. There's construction going on out here. This building looks really cool, whatever that is. I don't know. Kind of intriguing. Now these little things here are old launch something or others, really old. And that's an old launch facility there. It's almost like they're excavating it, but I think they're just tearing it down and reusing the land. That's what I'm thinking. Too bad. Oh well. Okay, they didn't tell you about it. It's like ancient, man. Wow. So cool out here, though. Well, I'm at the heading up toward the top of this old liquid hydrogen fuel ball. As you can see, it's quite spherical. Let's get down around to it. Wow, it's really windy out here. This makes it really scary. But Fing, you'd really hate it. It's really like a heights thing, you know. See why Nick needs a four-wheel drive vehicle? Here's another view of that funny building. It's owned by Raytheon and Boeing and some other strange company. And real top secret. Gosh, I went out there to look for a Coke machine, and the guy's like, "What are you doing here? How'd you get out here?" And I'm like, and he's like, "Show me your clearance." So I did. And he was like, "Oh, all right, fine." And the thing is that, you know, he gave me some water, and then he thought up some questions, and I was watching him, and then he comes out there and he's like, "You must leave. Don't even go past that point." I'm like, "Okay." He says, "Leave this area. Any area marked with a large red R, you can't go there." I'm like, "Fine." There's another launch pad just out here in the middle of nowhere. It's a rocket launch facility of some sort, but it's abandoned. I don't know what it is. Ah, man, this is a great place to cape. So much exploration. I mean, there's so many cops out here, and like troopers. They're actually like not troopers, but like military police out here now. I don't know where I am now, but it's just really bad, but they look at me funny as I drive by. I don't know. Too civilian for them. We figured out what this is. It's well, I did. It's Titan IV launch facility. As you might be able to see through the tent. I don't know. Oh, it's blocked. There, wait, there it is. Titan IV assured access to space launch facility. Although I think they did have one blow up or two. Not anytime lately though. Infrared view, sky view, basically. Yeah. That's what they call them, because they side scan the sky and take infrared photos of what? I don't know, but they're out here. Mobile one, isn't that cool? And there's a launch facility out there. Don't believe this, but I am out in the middle of nowhere, KSC, and there's a bike, and guess what? There's a beach house, but it's all boarded up. But look at what's on the bike. Water, Aquafina to be exact. It's half full. Somebody's been out here, and this is a restricted area. This is weird. It's a beach house right on the beach. The beach right out there, so you can see the water. Okay, I'm now on my way out to the beach from that beach house. I did meet the person who was the owner of the bike. He's an Air Force captain out here. And he brought his bike in. He lives out, not at the beach house, but he lives out at like some barracks here on KSC. He's with Space Command. Now mind you, this beach is relatively untouched. A lot of sea turtle nesting here. Now here's something you don't find everything on our beach. It's one of them sea urchin things. Hole with the urchin still inside of it. Look at that. The beach is like perfect. Okay, here we are on the return trip. Wow. We have certainly gone far from this big boy. Yes, we have. We've gone really far. And here we are just outside the VAB here on the crawler path. Way out to the shuttle trip. There's nobody out there messing me really, so I gotta drive on it again. And it's a shaky moment. I'm very proud of myself to be out here. I made it. This here is the where they mate the shuttle with the big 747. It's right here.